Hello. We are Dynamics eShop, and we have over 20 years of experience implementing our fully integrated real-time solutions. With more than 70 employees across the globe working together to provide top-quality services and support. We have more than 500 successful implementations with our customers across multiple regions and across multiple types of businesses. We currently have more than 100 partners and over 15 available solutions built with Microsoft Dynamics, and we are headquartered in California with offices worldwide. Here's a brief overview of our solutions and services. We have eShop, our e-commerce platform that includes B2B and B2C, ePortal, which offers enhanced management tools for your customers, vendors, and sales, ePay, our e-commerce payment solution that integrates directly with Dynamics, and eConnect, which allows integration with popular web stores. Combined, our products allow an extremely powerful e-commerce solution that empowers businesses. So here we are in Business Central. You'll notice you have this eConnect menu at the top here. You also see that we have this eConnect Stores module right here. So this module will show you all stores your Business Central is currently connected to. We're going to go with Magento here, number 10. And here are your settings for that eConnect store. So we see we have a store ID of 10. We have given it a name Magento. We have an inventory calculation formula. The inventory calculation formula determines how inventory is shown on the storefront. You use things like available inventory, sales order, purchase orders, and bill of materials. And you can create a mathematical formula using this. You can also apply a percentage to any of these, as seen as in the stock percentage, and then the percentage sign in the formula. You can set your inventory locations. For this example, we have set East and Main. You have your order pull period. This is saying that when doing your job queues, look at the past 20 days of information and only update information that is within those past 20 days. You have your customer template. This is the customer that you want to use when creating customers for your storefront users. You have default customer number for orders. This allows you to set a default customer for your orders. You can also create new customers from registration from your storefronts. You can also create new shipping addresses whenever a user inputs a shipping address on your storefront. You can enable attributes. This allows you to push Business Central item attributes to your storefront to be used. For example, maybe a length, width, height of an item. You can also create customer for guest. This allows the creation of a customer within Business Central whenever a user purchases as a guest. And you can also set your transaction line types. In this example, we're just using GL accounts. And down here we have your authentication settings for your storefront. This is how Business Central connects to your storefront. We also have this number series settings. This allows you to set a prefix for Business Central activities in order to identify activities related to this storefront. So for example, all customers created by this store would have the prefix ECCust. There's also B2C price customer, which allows you to set the customer card that will be the basis of your pricing. For example, if you were ever to apply discounts to this customer, it would apply to your entire storefront. So let's hop over and create a new item for this store. Here in the item module in BC, I'm just going to create an item like normal. I'm going to enter a description for this item. I'm going to give it a quantity on hand. And I'm going to give it a unit price. Now you see up here we have this eConnect menu and an item listing module within it. So here's where we would add this item to our storefront. So first, we need a marketplace entity number. I'm just going to use the Business Central entity number here and copy it in. Then we need to set the store ID for this item. We could have multiple lines with different store IDs if we wanted this item to show in different stores. We're going to select 10 for Magento, and then we are going to enable it. This will allow this to show on the storefront. With everything set, we can now publish this item to our storefront. Now with our item published, let's hop into Magento and see what that looks like now. So here we are in our Magento backend. Let's take a look at our catalog and products. And we can see that the item we created is here in Magento. Let's now hop onto the front end of the Magento web store. And let's look up the item that we created. We scroll down. Here you can see the item we created. Let's take a look at it. And let's add it to our cart. And then let's proceed to checkout with this item. And I'm just going to fill in this information real quick. And now with that information filled in, let us go to next. And then we will place that order. So now our order has been completed, and we can see our order number 276. And let's hop back into Business Central now. Now back in Business Central, we'll go to our eConnect menu. We'll click on Job Queue Entries. So in order to push the order back to Business Central, we use Job Queues. And within the Job Queue Entries menu, I'm just going to look up Magento. And I'm going to look for eConnect Create Orders for Magento. And I'm going to run this job queue. Now that the job queue has successfully completed, I'm going to go back to eConnect and then go to eConnect Order Logs. And I'm going to sort this by date. And we can see that a new order creation log has been created here. And if we look, we can actually see that it has the same marketplace order ID as our Magento order. So let's take a look at that sales order. Here's all the information now within Business Central. I'm going to take a look at the line items here, and I'm just going to update this tax group code information. And with that done, I'm going to post this sales order. I'm going to ship and invoice it. And now that's done, I want to now sync this with our Magento. But first, I'm going to go and look at that posted sales shipments. Here it is. And you can see our item down there. And I'm going to update this document. I'm just going to fill in some random information for that. And with that updated, I'm going to go back to our eConnect job queue. But this time, I'm going to look for the Magento eConnect update shipments. I'm going to run that job queue. And now that that's been executed, I'm going to go back and look at my eConnect order logs. I'm going to sort by date again. These are old ones. And there we go, we have another success, and it's a shipment update. And we see that marketplace order ID again. Now let's hop back into the Magento backend to check that shipment. Here we are back in Magento. We'll go to sales and then shipments. And we can see our shipment is now in Magento. You can also view it and see all the relevant information for this shipment. If we scroll down, we can see the shipping number that we set within Business Central. And that wraps up our showcase of eConnect and how it can connect your Business Central directly to Magento. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you have a great day.